in one presentation, the trajectory of your life can change.
Yes, sir.
All the top guys in this industry, they have one incredible presentation that they deliver over and over and over again, or in organizations. You look at the top keynoters, they've got like 1 or 2 presentations they do. They don't do 50 presentations.
Yes, sir.
They tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so the revelation I had was that if you can get good at speaking, which I wasn't naturally good at, like I used to shake so much when I spoke in front of an audience that I would have to hold the microphone with two hands.
Yeah.
Like an anaconda, like trying to hold it, right?
Yeah.
And I realized that I was like, wow, that in one presentation I could change my life. And that's what gave me the passion to speak, to get good at it, and then to now help people do it. So
no, and you're doing a great job at it.
Thanks,
I mean, the way you coach and the way you pull things out of me, and that's one thing I like about you. You don't tell me what to say. You don't tell me what to do. You pull it out of me. And that's one thing I love about coaches who they figured out how to pull the stuff out of them, which was so encouraging. It's like, wait, that was already inside of me. But then you just helped me word it better, rephrase it better, and be honest with what I'm presenting. We have some people who are watching this right now who've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Their story is powerful. Their story can be life transformational. You know my story for being homeless, drowning in debt, sleeping in the back of my car, contemplating suicide, to getting out of debt to where I'm at today.
Yeah.
And you've helped me channel that into different areas to impact lives, but then also to produce me money. What would you say to the person watching right now who's saying, well, I got a story, but I don't know where to start to use it to, one, impact someone first, but then to generate me income? Where should they start?
Well, I mean, first of all, to generate income, you have to have something that's valuable to the marketplace.
Yes, sir.
So just because you're a nice girl or a nice guy, you're not going to get paid money.
That's talking. That's talking.
Right?
I love it.
You have to have value to bring. And you produce courses, you create a community. I mean, there's so many options that I know you help.
Yes.
You help your community with, in terms of like building an online course or even like a YouTube channel. Yes. That's adding value, right?
Yes, sir.
Like anything that adds value can generate money. And so the first thing is to discover what are the skills I want to bring that I could add value to. Then what we do is we link our story to naturally lead towards that.
That's good.
So I'll give you an example. So,
Yes,
I mean, we just did it then on this podcast.
Okay.
So one thing that I like to do whenever I'm having these conversations is to go a little bit meta on it and to go. So I just told my story, and it was a true story, like went through the whole experience. But that story was about my experience of going from a struggling coach to a powerful, business owner in one presentation.
Yes, sir.
I teach people to build presentations and stories that sell.
Yeah.
So my story is directly linked with the market offering that I bring to the world. So everyone who's listening here, I want you to realize that. I want you to think about, what is your market offering, or what could it be? Maybe it's, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a parenting coach, maybe you're a speaking coach, maybe you're a story coach, maybe you're a career coach, whatever it is, right? Maybe you've got a YouTube channel. I want you to think about, what's the market offering that I bring? And then the question is, when did I first discover the transformation of what I help people with? That's the question I want people to ponder.
So let's do that right now with my story.
Yeah.
So I first, say that one more time. So my story is I was homeless.
You're in your car. You're in your car. Remember that you're in your car and you're seeing all your friends.
Right.
You're all having fun.
Yes.
But they don't know the true story about what's really happening in your life.
Facts. Right. I'm at the beach.
Yes, you're at the beach.
I'm at the beach.
Yes.
And we all are driving our cars. I got the car with the rims on it, spinning rims, a 212
I love
back.
that, bro.
Then my boys pulling up in Range Rovers, Mercedes, BMWs, and all of us look like we got money.
Got the show.
But they don't even know I'm sleeping in the back of my car.
Yeah. So, I will say this. So your story. What we have to do, we have to hit 3 moments in a story.
Okay, what's those 3 moments?
The first moment is answering the question of, are you like me?
Oh.
So that moment of you sitting in the car, it was a very specific moment. You've got, on the outside, things are looking good, but on the inside, things aren't good, the reality. And what's beautiful about that piece is it goes from the visual experience of the story to the visceral experience of the story.
Yes, sir.
The internal. And what happens when you tell your story, and not everyone has had that experience sitting at a beach in a zooped up car and struggling for it. Not everyone's had that experience, but everyone's had the experience of feeling like they're in over their head.
Absolutely.
Everyone's had the experience of feeling like maybe they've spent more than they should have, or feeling like, is my future gonna look like this forever? Like, I'm going down the wrong path. Everyone's had that feeling.
But Colin, I think everyone had that feeling of like, hey, how are you doing? And we say we're doing good, but inside we're not doing good.
Yes.
So everyone knows, like, man, inside is completely different from what y'all see external. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. And I also want to thank my friends at BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. I often catch myself scrolling through social media, seeing snapshots of perfect lives and wondering why mine doesn't look the same. It's a common feeling, and I just got to be honest with you. We see all these flawless moments and can't help but compare. But it's important to remember what we're seeing isn't always the full story, yet alone the truth. Those perfect pictures, they're just highlights. That's why focusing on our own journey is crucial, and therapy can be a great tool to help us do just that. You see, I have personally been using BetterHelp. Specifically, I truly believe in the power of therapy. It's been a game changer for many and for myself. Therapy provides a space to develop the skills needed for handling life's ups and downs, setting healthy boundaries, and embracing who we truly are. It's not just for overcoming major obstacles, it's about empowering ourselves to live our best lives. If you've been thinking about starting therapy, BetterHelp is the perfect option for you. It's all online, making it super convenient and adaptable to your busy schedule. All you need to do is fill out a quick questionnaire and they'll match you with a licensed therapist. Plus, if you feel the need to change therapists, you can do this anytime with no extra cost. Stop comparing and focusing with BetterHelp. I want you to visit betterhelp.com/AO today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp.com/AO. All right, let's get back to today's show.
So that's how your story becomes their story.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is not everyone's been in your exact physical situation, but everyone's felt the universal feelings of pretending that you're one way, but you're really the other way.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's felt that. And when you extrapolate that in your story, the audience goes, this person's like me.
Yeah.
Right? So the first question we have to answer is, are you like me?
Okay, first question.
That's the first piece. Not are you better than me yet? It's, are you like me? Like, do you get me?
Yes, sir.
Right? And the second question we have to answer is, can you lead me?
Oh.
Because you help people get out of debt, create financial freedom, create abundance in their life. But dude, if you haven't done that, why should I listen to you? Right? Because if you don't answer the second question of can you lead me, it's a cool experience. It's like, oh, like that's really emotive. That's a powerful experience, but I'm not going to give you my money because money is just an exchange of value to learn the skills where I could make more money, right? Because I haven't answered that question yet, but you show me that, no, you got out of debt, you learnt budgeting, you learnt the skills, then Ramsey saw how good you were. He's like, boom, I've got to take this talent, man. I've got to use this. And then you break out on your own, then you're doing your own thing, you're creating like massive, powerful community change.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can lead people in this space.
Yes, sir.
And so your story has to show that you can lead them. And yours is in the financial space. But for everyone listening, I want you to think about what's the space you lead people in. So basically, it has to go from that vulnerability to credibility.
Ooh, ooh, this is good. I'm getting excited because we're giving value right now. Yeah. And I don't think people understand this is important. Because if you want your story to be impactful, if you want your brand to be impactful, you got to, I don't want to upset nobody, Colin, but there's a lot of people out there, a lot of influencers out there. I can't follow them because they can't lead me. They haven't gone through what they said that they can teach me.
Yeah.
How can you teach me to be married if you've never been in a successful relationship? I'm gonna be quiet. This is your show. Talk, Colin. I don't want to get into trouble.
Yeah. Well, I will actually speak on that because sometimes I say this because I have a lot of psychologists who come to me.
Okay.
And they're like, I haven't gone through exactly what my clients have gone through and what I help people with. Okay. But I've done the study. Right? I understand the patterns.
Okay.
I've collated the ideas. I've interviewed 100 people, 1,000 people, and I get it.
Okay.
So it's, to me, in my mind, they actually have the ability
because
to
they
advise.
studied.
Correct.
Exactly.
You don't have to have gone through it, but you need some credibility in the sense of you understand the patterns, you understand the structures, how to win in that space, right?
Yes, sir.
So the second question is can you lead me?
Yep.
But the secret sauce comes in the third.
What's that?
And the third is that it answers this third question, which is there a path that I can follow? Is there a path I can follow? And it's a path that you could take me on, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
That whoever is listening, that you could take me on. So whatever you help people with, do you have a path that if I hear your story and then you share, it's usually like one line, it's one summary. And that summary is the arrow you shoot at the end of your story. And it should answer this question with clarity of, this person knows something, he's got a path or she's got a path that she's been on that, first of all, she gets me, she can lead me, and she seems like she's got a path. Let me lean in more. And then all of a sudden, you tell that story, it's going to naturally, innately make the audience want to come up to you and say, how do we work together?
Yes, sir.
Like, you'll see it in the comments. Like, when you're running your presentation, people are like, where can I buy the program, right? The goal is if you're running a presentation, if you're doing a webinar or you're telling a story, it's usually with a longer presentation this happens. But people will start asking how they can work with you before you even make the offer.